Hi everyone, welcome to this short video. We're doing an overview of Module 8 and you can see there on the screen that our topic this week is stress management and resilience. Our trusty study guide will step us through exactly what those concepts are, and you can see there written on the screen that the first thing that the study guide asks and answers is what is stress? Now, I guess you know already that stress is probably just a natural part of life, and a certain amount of stress comes about just by being an active participant in life, by having a family, meeting people. Everyday occurrences often throw up a certain amount of stress. I guess the trick is dealing with that stress and managing that stress so that it doesn't become distress. We're not in distress. So the next step in the study guide is to take you through some strategies, and we're looking at really proactive strategies to manage your stress and manage it in particular in relation to you being a university student. Perhaps by now, we're into week 8, you've experienced some stress in terms of your learning journey through the STEPS program. Maybe it was around assessment that was due. If you remember back to Module 2 when we talked about the CREAM strategy, the E in CREAM was for effective, and in particular the time management strategies we asked you to reflect on and write about in Learning Portfolio A may be particularly relevant to what you're experiencing now in Module 8. Or week 8, there could be quite a few things due, and if you pull out those time management strategies and adopt them for what you're doing, you may find yourself in a much better position to overcome that stress that may be a result of having assessment due, for example. Other stresses in our life, our family life, our personal life, may impact on university study. So it's also good to know that what we can do to bounce back from those stresses in our life to help manage our university learning journey. So in the managing stress section of the study guide, we look at really proactive strategies to help you be effective in managing stress. There's no magic solution, but there are lots and lots of positive routines that you can adopt so that you can bounce back from whatever it is that is causing that hiccup on your learning journey. The next concept that the study guide looks at is resilience, and I think that's fairly familiar to most people. It's been a term that's been used particularly in the 21st century. It's become quite a common term, and in a nutshell, it's that magic ingredient that helps us bounce back from life's difficulties so that we don't get consumed with the issue or the problem. And as a student at university, it's the telltale sign, I guess, that a student is a resilient person if they're successful at completing a university degree, because along the way there are some hiccups, some issues that you have to work through. So resilience is a great thing to understand and to put into practice. Coupled to resilience is the idea of mindfulness. Now, mindfulness really is, it's not a new age term, even though some people like to think that it's new and hip and everyone's talking about this mindfulness. In actual fact, it's been around for thousands of years. Most ancient philosophies, most ancient religions, most ancient practices refer to the idea of mindfulness. Mindfulness just means being in the present moment, being aware of your surroundings, worrying about the here and now. There's a really terrific article in your study guide about the Rabbitohs, the football team, and how they adopted mindfulness as a way of helping them secure that all-important football premiership title. Something very interesting to read. All of this is really related to Learning Portfolio B. Again, you have to reflect on these concepts, what they mean to you, and how you apply them. And you'll understand that when you read the questions associated with Module 8 and how you can approach answering those questions. Before we go to the Moodle site and check out all the resources there, I just want to point out the study guide ends with a terrific little saying, quote, and maybe you can think about this and see how it applies to you and to your life. It says, rules for happiness. And I think this was some ancient philosopher who said this. Rules for happiness. You've got to have something to do, someone to love, and something to hope for. Pretty simple, really. Okay, let's go to the Moodle site now. So here we are on the Moodle site, and I'm just hovering over the Module 8 lecture. Our lecturer this week is our special guest. Michelle Palu is from the Student Support Centre, and she has a wealth of experience in psychology, so she's an excellent person to deliver the Stress Management and Resilience lecture. I'd really encourage everyone to come along to the lecture, or if you're a distant student watching this overview video, please take the time to watch the lecture by Michelle. Of course, what you put into each module is what you'll get out of it, and there are some resources here for optional activities, but if you have the time, we'd really encourage you to do this short quiz that answers how stressed are you. Pretty interesting. There are lots of wonderful TED Talks that you can tune into and listen to. This is the link here to the newspaper article about the rabbit hose success that I referred to earlier in this overview video. And there are some additional things here that relate to the activities in the study guide that you can click on and look at some concepts that we've been talking about in the study guide. Other useful resources, a website there related to resilience and one here related to well-being. Of course, there's always the discussion forum. Stress management and resilience is our topic this week. And if you haven't had a go yet, posting to the discussion forum, I'd really encourage you to do so. It may be interesting to see that some of the struggles perhaps that you're having are shared by other people. All this, as I said before, relates to Learning Portfolio B. And here's the link to Learning Portfolio B. By now you would have downloaded the template and be typing your responses into the questions for modules 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And that's it for this week. So best wishes with stress management and resilience.